Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 90th Minute. We are your hosts. We got Greg, Lucas, Woz, and myself, Liam, today. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you hit subscribe and remember to hit like on this video. Thanks for all the support our podcast, our channel in general has been getting recently. You guys are smashing the career mode, and you're absolutely fantastic at hitting that sub button. So keep it going. We all greatly appreciate it. But boys, how are we all doing today?
I'm feeling good, Liam. We had
10,000,
11, yeah, we had 11,000, almost 12,000 subscribers on the 90th minute.
It's been incredible. Thank you guys.
The journey has been wild. Yeah.
Huge week for us. We all really appreciate it.
Plaudits.
Lucas did magic with the career mode. So thank you to Lucas and everyone.
Yeah. And
Maddie's not here today. That's good, right?
And the Instagram's been doing good recently as well, getting more follows. So make sure to follow the Instagram if you haven't.
Yeah, links are down in the description for the Instagram,
Twitch.
the Twitch, the Discord, the TikTok.
But also to the people listening on audio, thank you so much. We did release a special episode with Brendan Dunlop this week, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that extra episode, and hopefully it was a good listen. Before we get into football, let's talk about Manscaped. Wozinho, one of your favorite days is right around the corner.
Well,
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Now usually myself and Woz, we head out to an Irish pub here in Edmonton. Unfortunately, the last 2 years we haven't been able to do it. We won't be able to do it this year as well. But that does not mean you need to be gross on St. Patrick's Day. It is for pubs, not pubes. Okay, get that right. Get it figured out. Clean yourself up if you're going to be going out on St. Patty's Day, or if you're just staying home with whoever you are with. You use the Lawnmower 3.0. This fantastic little device here, 7,000 RPM motor, ceramic coated blades. Take in the shower, it is completely waterproof. You won't cut yourself. Slow and steady wins the race, as they always say. Their blades are honestly, they're the best shit ever. They're the best shit ever, Lucas. The best shit ever. But yes, use code 90th at checkout at manscaped.com. You get 20% off your order plus free shipping. Incredible deals. Great prices, great products, great savings. Thank you, Manscaped. You are a fantastic sponsor for the 90th Minute, and hopefully you guys are able to use the great discounts they are providing for us here. But yes, we've had a big week of football ahead of us here. Before the pints of St. Paddy's Day, let's talk some Premier League. Let's do it.
It feels like it's been a lot more calm than usual. I don't know why. But regardless of how the Premier League's been, VAR seems to always be brought up. Every week, VAR. And there was some
VAR runs the football world right now.
Look, guys, we'll be honest. There were some matches we couldn't catch this week because some were very early. A lot of the big matches. I know Greg woke up at 5 for one. But we'll try to cover what we can. And apologies if we missed something.
Are we just going to start on the Sunday fixtures, or are we going to start with Saturday?
Sunday.
Okay. We'll quickly go over Chelsea, Manchester United. We did stream this live over on Twitch, twitch.tv/90minute official. Like we said, the link is down in the description, so check that out. We're doing lots of watch-alongs, doing different gameplay, stuff like that on there. But we did stream this absolute stinker, this 0-0 game. Very boring. There was some VAR controversy in this one. Callum Hudson-Odoi, was it a handball? Was it not? Supposedly, the referee talked to Harry Maguire after the game and said...
It was, yeah.
Yeah, Luke Shaw was like, the ref said to Harry that he didn't make the call because of the backlash he would have gotten from the fans. I was like, first off, it's an empty fucking stadium. What fans are you talking about? Social media. Turn off your phone for 24 hours.
This is the exact... Here's the exact quote. The ref even said to H, I heard him say, if I say it's a pen, it's going to cause a lot of talk about it after. So I don't know what happened there. So that's weird.
I've watched it. I don't think it was a penalty.
I think it could. I think a lot of people are agreeing it was.
I don't know. I thought it would have been a soft penalty. It would have been one of those coming.
But all the penalties are soft. Most of the penalties are soft.
On top of like officiators, like referees. I remember this one time I was working my work and I was talking to one of the referees, and he says his job as a referee is to simply control the match, not just call everything, like every foul, every handball. Is to control the match, not let things get out of control, right? So ultimately, that's a referee's job. And that's his opinion. You know, he can, like the referee said, I saw a player get taken down. I can easily go give a red card, but that's going to cause havoc. So that's sometimes how referees think.
That's fair. Ultimately, the fact that we're talking about this incident in VAR says how poor the match was. I mean,
oh yeah,
that's Manchester United against the top 6. They've only 7 games. Only had.
You're not wrong.
Was it 7 goals involved in those 7 games? and 6 of them came against Tottenham, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've like somehow defended well against some of them, except for Spurs.
Just nil-nils.
But nil-nils, I think this is the second one against Chelsea. I mean, we had some good we said okay chances, I think better than the last time we played them. Although the first half was dull.
The first half was dead.
Yeah, the second picked it up.
Was a little bit
I was really hoping for a late minute goal from United, and just not enough in the end of the day. Same from Chelsea. I think some say, oh, both clubs should be happy with a point, but I mean, are you really happy with a point? No, you want to get the result. And
well, should we just move on from this match, or anything else you want to discuss?
I was gonna say, I mean, yeah, once again, guys, it's just a boring game. Let us know your thoughts on the United Chelsea match, and what do you think needs to come from both sides. And also, United do take on City next week, Manchester Derby. Watch along. We'll be on the Twitch channel. Hopefully, it's not boring.
Hopefully. Let's talk about Liverpool a little bit. Lucas's Liverpool. They got a 2-0 result over Sheffield United.
Wow, what's
also,
that like?
Wasn't a great game. I mean, you did get the victory. You did get the 3 points.
They needed it. They needed a big win, and they got it.
There was a couple nervy moments for Liverpool. Kabak did score an own goal, but it was taken off by offside. A couple of nervy moments. I mean, Adrian started in net for you due to the loss. Allison did suffer in his family there, so respects to him and all that good stuff. 2-0 victory over Sheffield. Sheffield had good moments. I thought Ramsdale was fantastic. He made some great saves, especially in the first half. He was. I thought he was performing really good, actually.
There were definitely a few nervy moments for Liverpool, for sure. I thought Liverpool had a bit of a different approach, probably more direct. I don't know. They tried to attack in a way where, I guess, you could take advantage of the back line by running it behind. I don't know. It wasn't the most exciting match in the world, of course. There were a few chances made by Liverpool. Firmino should have scored that first chance he had earlier. But Liverpool did get 2 goals, thankfully. No bad mistakes in this game that costed them. Curtis Jones, of course, yes, he had a good goal as well.
There's not much to talk about this game. It was a clean, simple kind of 2-0.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't the greatest of chances both ways. It wasn't completely open. It was just a clean kind of 2-0. Liverpool take the 3 points, and they go on to next week.
And I think they take on Chelsea Thursday.
They do. It's a big game on next one. I think the big game for Sunday, of course, was Arsenal versus Leicester City. A lot of hype and attention on this one, and I was very shocked when I woke up this morning and saw that scoreline. I was not expecting this much of a difference between the two teams. Greggy,
it's a massive result for
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
I mean, look they're still 10th in the table. They're trying to climb up. I mean, the table's still kind of close, and that gives their players a lot of confidence considering Leicester's third. They've been really good this season. So it's a shame for Leicester, but I think Leicester will get top 4.
Leicester have been slipping recently. I mean, we saw them get knocked out Europa League there. They were very, very poor in Europa League. They haven't had the greatest run of form.
With the way they've been playing, you'd think they would be, the Europa League contenders, and they're out.
I know there's a lot of injuries for Leicester, and that's something that they're kind of dealing with at the moment. But I'm kind of nervous right now if they might slip out of this top 4 right now.
I wouldn't. I mean, the same thing happened last season. They slipped out. They should have been in there, and then Chelsea just took their spot. So
ultimately, it does end 3-1 for Arsenal. Leicester did open the scoring in the 6th minute by Yuri Tillmans, before big old David Luiz comes up and scores a goal in the 39th, followed by a Lacazette penalty in the 45th and a Nicolas Pepe goal in the 52nd.
Yeah,
but no, Arsenal.
You gotta get props.
They're slowly
to them.
climbing. Slowly climbing. They are 10th. I mean, where they were when the season kind of kicked off and everything.
Well, right now they're trying to get ready for the mighty Olympiacos.
That's a tough game. That's a tough game.
I'm not saying it won't be.
We might touch on Champions League and Europa League a little bit later on in this podcast. You never know what we get to, the timing and everything. But let's move across North London and let's go to Tottenham Hotspur. They picked up a 4-0 victory over Burnley. A very good offensive display by
not only
Jose
that,
Mourinho's men.
But Gareth Bale. He's starting to find his legs again.
Scores a brace and has 1 assist. He scores in the 2nd minute as well as the 55th. Harry Kane scored in the 15th. And Lucas Moura in the 31st.
This is what Mourinho's had to say. There's not one manager in the world who does not play Gareth Bale when fit. Now he's not flat. He brings things to his action. He played very well and his condition is very good. I'm very happy with him. So, I mean, I know maybe a week or 2 ago we were talking about Gareth Bale. What's wrong with him? Is it maybe time for MLS, a different league? I think it's just, simple as that. He wasn't fit, and the fact that he's trying to find some form and getting fit, that's a good sign.
Well, after the game, he said, I've been happy all season in the dressing room. I feel comfortable. I'm having fun.
That's good.
I'm sure it's showing on the pitch. I've been able to build a little bit and get fully fit, and I feel comfortable in my form and coming back. So that's all it took. It took a little bit of time. It took a little bit of getting into the team, getting used to the players around him. That's very, I think, common. I think him getting out of Madrid was so needed, and hopefully this can kind of reignite the final years of his career, kind of thing.
Well, he had a really good game in the first leg of the Europa League. He had a really good game, honestly. It was his first game playing, I think, in a while, and he didn't play in the second leg of the Europa League. And people are like, well, that means probably one thing. He's going to start in the Prem. And that's exactly what he did, and he showed up and played really good.
Yeah, he did, and that's a huge victory for Spurs. I mean, they haven't been playing the most attacking style football as of recently. I know a lot of people have been saying, Jose out, his play style is dead. But I mean, to score 4 goals against a very defensive Burnley, I know Burnley are the best of opposition, and I get that. But they are defensive, and they don't concede a ton of goals. So you know what? Credit to Spurs for putting 4 past them.
Roy Keane actually came out. He had some words to say about Bale.
Yeah.
He said Bale came on and made a difference. What did he do? He put a corner in. I'm sick of talking about Dele Alli, looking at his stats from 2 to 3 years ago. So I think he was praising Bale in that.
Well,
but
Roy, I was talking to Liam a bit before the podcast about this. I think it was Roy Keane, and I forget who else was talking, but there you go. And they're arguing about like just how Spurs is an average team, and like who out of that team would fit into like Liverpool, Man City, or Man United kind of thing, and it was just a funny debate.
We'll take Kane and Son.
Like Kane and Son was like the only players that
exactly.
And I think a lot of the football.
I would argue Højbjerg and maybe Ndombele as well would probably fit it in.
Alderweireld would get into United's lineup, I think.
Yeah.
There's a couple, but I do think Spurs are a step below the top teams. I think the results in the table say that they've never been in that title race really. And they've had a couple seasons where they've been close, but never been close. Their biggest year was against Leicester, and they bottled that.
Well, I mean, every year they're in the conversation. Well, the last couple of years they've been in the conversation for maybe, can Spurs push for the title, and it's kind of gone down even worse. So there's been a bit of a dip.
To finish off the Sunday fixtures, Greg's Fulham took on Crystal Palace, and it ended 0-0. Greg, talk me through it.
Just disappointment. We absolutely destroyed Crystal Palace, and it was a 0-0. I'm just disappointed. That's all that needs to be really said about it. It's a game we needed to win, honestly, and just couldn't put the ball in the net.
It seems like this is happening a lot with teams playing Crystal Palace, because I'm looking at the stats here. You guys have 16 shots, 4 on target. Crystal Palace, 3 shots, none on target. I know similar stats were when Crystal Palace defeated Brighton last week. And there's been many instances where Crystal Palace have been able to sneak a result despite not really creating much.
I'm happy we got a point, because honestly, even though we were so dominant, I had a funny feeling we were going to lose the game. They're just going to come and score 1 goal, and we just be like, this is
smash
shitty.
And grab. Yeah. Let's continue the theme of Greg's disappointment as we move into the Saturday fixtures. Newcastle and Wolves draw 1-1. Greg wanted a Wolves victory. I saw a very funny stat here. I saw Adama Traore in in this current season, 0 goals, 0 assists, 3 liters of baby oil used. I saw that, and I said, you know what? Adama, I'm your biggest fan, and what's going on? What's happening, big man? I know
let's
your
just
best
say
friend Raul is not there, but I expect more from you.
There's actually
he basically has a goal.
There was a report that we may actually see Raul Jimenez before the end of the season. He was
training.
That's
he
good.
was training with the team. That's very good to see. But I mean, a 1-1 there was not good for Fulham. They are chasing Newcastle, of course. Newcastle's a good point, I guess, against a decent opposition. The big game on Saturday was Manchester City versus West Ham.
Yeah.
None of us really got up to watch it because it's at 5 a.m. So sorry. But it was a great result there. Manchester City, they get a 2-1 victory. The 2 center backs.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy result for City, though.
God, no. John Stones and Ruben Diaz picking up goals in this one. Wow. I saw a tweet that said if the 2 of them were a Premier League team this year, they'd have a plus, was it 4 goal differential kind of thing? I was like, that's incredible. Like,
I was just gonna say, this was a top 4 battle. West Ham's 4th, so
West Ham made it a game. They just didn't. They almost got the tying goal right at the end. It was so close.
Ruben Diaz and John Stones scored. They've been. What was it? I think John Stones and Ruben Diaz have scored more goals than they've conceded.
I think.
Yeah, I just said that.
Did Liam just said that?
Why is my mind always in a different room?
Add that to the compilation of Woz doesn't listen to what anyone says.
I was looking at something and my mind's totally just ignoring what you're saying.
Oh my god, this man.
But yes, they do have a positive goal difference between the two of them. I really like West Ham. I really do.
Yeah, I heard that West Ham definitely deserved a lot more from this match, and with the expected goal stat, West Ham outperformed Manchester City.
I can see West Ham being a couple players away from being a very solid European contending team every year.
And that's the thing. Nice. Can they hold on to those players? Can they hold on to Souček? Can they hold on to Declan Rice?
Souček and Rice,
West Ham is that they're doing what we kind of maybe expected Wolves to do in terms of progress throughout the last couple of years. Where, I mean, to be fair, Wolves has had some injuries that are big, and they've lost some players, but...
Well,
this is what you expected of West Ham, a couple of years ago kind of thing. Yeah. You expected them to be in this fighting for Europe kind of spot with the players that they had. It's just those players never showed up. But now they changed it up around. They got some different players in. And
look at the West Ham. Look at the West Ham bench. Okay, you got Balbuena, you got Benrahma, Lanzini, Noble, Bowen. That's a couple of years ago. That was the main starting 11 for West Ham. Those players are all.
No, it wasn't.
At least 3
Noble,
of those players weren't
Bowen,
even there.
Lanzini. Yes, they were.
Balbuena was, Benrahma wasn't, Lanzini was, Noble was, Bowen wasn't, Martin's a keeper, and the other 2 are
the other 2 are not. Yeah, but I'm saying
so
those players have been involved with the starting 11 for a decent chunk of time for West Ham.
2.
Yes, no.
3 of them maybe.
Kind of, but
Noble,
no.
Benrahma came in this season and Jared Bowen came in this season. But I'm saying those 3 were very consistent mainstays. So what I'm trying to say is they've clearly updated their starting 11.
Okay, I get what point you're
making. They've made changes, and those changes have been better.
Yes, no, they've made good signings. They've been better. Jay Lings came in. He's doing good, honestly.
Jay Lings. There was a goalkeeping change. Darren Randolph did start there for West Ham through injury there. That was a good result for West Ham, I think. It was a loss, but to have such a tight game against City, it's a good result.
Let's finish it up real quick here. West Brom defeats Brighton 1-0. Anyone watch this?
A little bit.
No. Yes, I did.
Yeah, Liam did.
I did. It was not good.
What?
Brighton missed 2 penalties.
Brighton did miss 2 penalties, and they had a disallowed goal. The big talking point was a disallowed goal. Basically, what happened was Brighton get awarded a free kick. And your favorite man, Lewis Dung, steps up to take the free kick.
Oh, I heard about this, yeah.
The referee blows his whistle. Dunk takes the free kick, scores. The referee goes, no, sorry. I blew my whistle by mistake. I'm so sorry. And everyone's like, what? You can't, no. So he makes them retake the free kick. They don't score, and Brighton go on to lose 1-0. I don't understand that.
It's brutal. It's 100% brutal.
But yeah, then they also go on and miss 2 penalties.
But that's also the thing. They missed 2 penalties.
In the foot.
Yeah.
So they should have won the game technically. Yeah. Without that VAR controversy. So it's like a double-edged sword to themselves. They, like you said, they shot themselves in the foot.
I saw this earlier this week. It was showing expected points this season based on where teams get chances in the table and stuff like that. And Brighton
up there.
Were nearly a top 4 team in expected points, but they're near the relegation in reality because they just don't
converting.
They're right there with Newcastle, just ahead of the relegation zone.
Can I just say something funny I found on Twitter? This is related to Leicester. It's actually kind of funny. Harvey Barnes has never been called Harvey or Barnes on their own. It's in his entire professional career. It's Harvey Barnes or nothing. Same could be for Ollie Watkins, Reece James, Bernardo Silva, and Glenn Murray. It's full name or don't even bother. Has anyone noticed that, actually?
I've definitely heard Barnes.
You're definitely right. You're definitely right.
I know
like Glenn Murray. You just say Glenn Murray. You don't just go Murray.
Yeah, and
Here comes Murray.
yeah. What else? Are we gonna cover Leeds Villa?
To finish up Saturday, Aston Villa get a 1-0 victory over Leeds United. We did live stream this game over on Twitch. It was all right.
It was not good. No,
it was not the best. The first half an hour was okay.
We expected it to be over, yeah.
And then it just kind of fizzled out. I was expecting this to be a very open, very attacking game. Both teams not being, necessarily the most compact defensive teams, but they just didn't do anything really.
I have a question for you, mate. What are your thoughts on Bertrand Traore?
You asked me this during the live stream. I don't mind him. He seems to be all right.
I just remember someone
I think
on
he's
TikTok
just
Live just asked me that. I was like, I don't know what my thought.
He's just a solid player for Aston Villa, who's just a decent team. That's just kind of
I know. During the live stream, I said to you I said he could be someone that maybe can improve and make a move to a big team. I don't think anyone ever thought Sadio Mane, when he joined Southampton, would go on to be the world beater that he is today. So it's possible that this guy goes on to become great. It could possibly just goes on to be average, right?
Villa's just a team that's fighting for. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, from what I remember from his time at Lyon, he's very one-footed player, and also never really performed except for maybe the big games. A little predictable to defend. That's from what I understand.
Thank you, Lucas, for that. Anyways, just the Villa Leeds game. Like we said, it wasn't not too crazy. It was an early goal in the 5th minute from El Ghazi, and then That's it. El Ghazi, though, in my opinion, has been really important for Villa this year. Grealish wasn't playing, and he's stepping up, and that's what Villa need. And I think that's been the case throughout Villa's season. Is just players stepping up when they need to. So 100%. Great result for them.
We'll quickly just take a look at the Premier League table because we always.
One more thing I'm gonna say. Yes. Emiliano Martinez was the man of the match. Somebody on TikTok thinks he's overrated. He's not a top 10 keeper in the league. You're wrong.
Woz has spoken. You are wrong. But what I was going to say quickly is congratulations, Manchester City, Premier League champions. 12 points ahead of second place Manchester United. They ain't coming back from that one, boys. Leicester City.
What is that? That's 20 now, right? 20 games undefeated, and that's just insane.
It's incredible.
I was gonna say maybe do a small little preview what's to come in the Premier League. Matt, next week we do have City versus United. What do you guys think might happen?
City's gonna
win. City? You think they'll win? I'm always nervous. This is the one team where I feel like I'm not confident with. Unfortunately, I don't like to say that.
You should not be confident as Manchester City. They are better than you.
Yeah, they've quickly came back. And remember when United had the most goals in the league for a bit? Yeah, City are 1 goal behind us already.
Yeah. Thursday you have Liverpool versus Chelsea. That's a good game there. Big game. We also have Fulham versus Tottenham Hotspur. Love to see it, Greggy. You're going to go out and beat them?
Yeah, and then I was going to ask Lucas as well. What are your thoughts going into the Chelsea match? Any little preview you can give us?
I hope Jota will be good enough to somehow get involved in the match. He's been back in training for the past week, I think. But I'm not really sure what to expect. Chelsea have been... they obviously got a big one against Atletico Madrid, but they weren't, extremely convincing in that game.
Atletico Madrid just sat back and defended for some fucking reason rather than going to attack.
And then Liverpool haven't been in the best form lately, but they did get a win against Sheffield United recently. Mm-hmm. I really do hope it's not a 0-0 bore fest, but that's what I'm feeling at the moment. Hopefully that my mind changes. I'm looking forward to it though. Klopp versus Tuchel, first time since in the Champions League a couple years ago, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Just follow us over on Twitch and join the watch along. You can give your predictions, or you can even bet on the predictions, boys. I love doing some
not
Twitch
real money,
betting.
but
not real money.
Yeah,
but it's a great time. The energy, the enthusiasm is there.
How about? Is there anything we should mention?
We should probably just mention that Everton Southampton play tomorrow.
That's also true.
And the thing is, everyone's praising Southampton this season so much, but they lose this game, they're in that relegation fight. They honestly really are.
Mm-hmm.
And Southampton are not anywhere great right now.
No, they've been hit hard with the injury bug, and as have lots of
Injury
teams.
bug.
You
are right. 100% you are. They're sitting on 30 points currently. Behind them, Brighton on 28. Burnley on 28, Brighton on 26. 100%. They lose that game, they are right in that relegation battle. I mean, I would like to say Wolves are safe. Wolves are on 34 points. I think they're safe. I'm still going to toss Crystal Palace in that relegation mix. You never know what could happen. It would be a big drop to lose 10 points, but you never know. It's tight down there at the bottom. But yeah, the Premier League table, the title's won. It's second to like 7th right now. That's very interesting. And I'm going to say 14th to relegation is very interesting. That's where the battle is.
Also, before we move on to the rest of Europe, I did want to mention quickly the championship, since we've been doing a career mode, and we do have some, supporters. This is how the top 3 is looking right now. Norwich is in first, Brentford, and then Watford, Swansea in 4th. So that's what maybe you might expect who to come up next season.
Where's Derby County?
Derby County, oh god,
18th.
Yeah.
I'm better than Derby
Liam,
County.
that's where you'll finish.
And a lot of people have actually commented on us. Why do we hate on Wickham? We don't hate them. They're just not very good. So they're last.
In FIFA.
Yeah, they're also last in the championship right now. So Millwall's at 12th. Millrow. I'm sorry.
Anyways, let's get into. Do you want La Liga or do you
Italia!
want Serie A? Okay, Serie A it is.
Oh, my second favorite league.
Yeah, guess what?
Are you getting the ghost
bad
pepper
days,
ready?
Bad days. Hold on.
I might have to.
Put on the warning sirens, boys. We are scared. We are quaking in our boots over here in Turin because Juventus bad. Only man that can do anything is Cristiano Ronaldo. He just scored during a 1-1 draw versus Hellas Verona. I went on to Juventus Twitter after this game. I was like, I'm going to go dive deep into some Italian Twitter. And basically, here's the very consensus thought that I gathered. Pirlo's a shit manager. No one wants him there anymore. Their only hope is is Cristiano Ronaldo. And their midfield is shocking. That was the Italians' point of view. I would have to agree with it. The move to bring in Pirlo as well is very nice because he has nice hair and a beard and he drinks wine and he's a club legend. It's not working. Bentancur, Rabiot, and Ramsey. Well, Ramsey, in my opinion, should never have joined the club, let alone starting at this point. Rabiot, he's a tall French bastard, does nothing. Bentancur, I don't know what he does either. You have Kulusevski up front with Cristiano Ronaldo. No offense to Kulusevski, he's not good enough to be starting week in and week out. He should be coming off the bench. It would be nice, kind of thing. But this team is just not good enough.
Chiesa's been really good though.
Chiesa's been all right.
Yeah, he scored in the Champions League.
Is what he is. De Ligt, Demiral, and Silva were the back line.
Another thing that happened
in net.
And Serie A, Inter United defeated Genoa with 3 former United players.
Inter United.
Yeah, Lukaku, Darmian, and Alexis Sanchez all scored.
We'll talk about Lukaku because he was somewhat involved in an angry man this week, i.e. Mr. Zlatan. I don't know what's going on with Zlatan.
Not a lot of people have been happy with Zlatan recently.
Who pissed off Zlatan this week?
Remember the one time you say, like, oh, you can't hate Zlatan. Now LeBron James doesn't like him.
Everyone hates Zlatan. I know. Man, Zlatan woke up and chose violence. Like,
I don't really know what's going on. I didn't really read too much into it. It's all about to do with politics and stuff. And Ibra said stuff about LeBron, and he's like, "Yeah, whoa, educate yourself, sir, first, okay, before you talk." So, yeah, don't piss off LeBron James.
Don't do that. But yeah, like I said, Inter Milan 3-0 over Genoa. 2-1 AC Milan did win over Roma. Walsh, you said you watched this match?
Yeah, it was actually pretty exciting. I liked it. It was pretty intense at times. Players are going at each other. Rebic scored a nice goal. Nice little turn and great finish.
Franck.
58th minute.
Franck scored a penalty.
Franck Kessie, president, scored a nice penalty as well. There was actually some controversy towards the end of the match, like around the 89th minute, where essentially, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think Mkhitaryan fouled Theo Hernandez. They were kind of on top of each other. It was really weird. It also looks like I think it was Theo Hernandez that brought him down. So you're like thinking this should be a penalty for Roma, but it's a free kick for Milan. So they were pretty pissed. So it was a fun game to watch, honestly, for 2-1.
Looking at the Serie A table, it's not great reading if you are a Juventus fan. Inter Milan 24 games played on 56 points. AC Milan, 24 games played on 52 points. And Juventus on 23 games played on 46.
I only have one.
10 points, game in hand. Is it done? No, of course not.
No.
Is it highly unlikely? Yes. I'm mentally preparing myself for a burned mouth.
If you look at the Inter, they've got 60 goals. 60.
They have scored 60.
A lot.
They've only conceded 24 as well.
And they're not even in the Champions League anymore, so let's go fucking weird. One thing, I want to send a message to Napoli. Hashtag free Zielinski, please.
They won.
Send him to a better... Yes, but I would like to go... I want him to go to a better club.
I think he deserves to go to a better club, does he?
Pietro?
I think he does. Maybe I'm biased.
Pietro. A little bit.
Might be a bit biased.
Was you biased about Poland? Oh my god.
They're only 3 points out of the top 4.
Pietro Zielinski said, "Oh my god, get me out of Napoli." And was it, "I take you, baby, I take you."
They're only 3
Why
points
did you not make
Juventus.
him to a better club? You were Napoli boss, and you failed. Don was. I'm here to save Pietro, and you fucked it.
Let's go talk about one league that's filled with our Polish lads. Well, not as much anymore. The Bundesliga.
Bundesliga, yeah.
And the biggest headline coming out of Germany is that Schalke have sacked their 5th manager.
It's a fucking tire fire. It's an absolute tire fire, this club. I don't think I've ever seen a club fall from grace more heavily. Like,
after sacking Christian
just
Gross, Schalke will play under more coaches this season than league opponent Freiburg since 1991.
All I'm gonna say is everyone that plays FIFA or like Football Manager, when next year when Schalke is down, you gotta just bring them back up.
They're minus
like they need help. They've
help. Scored 16 goals all season.
It's like what?
3 of them were in
this
one
is a
game.
team
Mr.
that
Hoppy.
used to be in Europe and everything. What happened?
What happened?
COVID happened.
Management. No, it's poor management.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen in 1 year. This is years in the making of letting players go, not bringing in right recruitment, not signing the right players, not having good youth systems coming in, letting go young players. This does not happen overnight.
Yeah.
A team of Schalke's size and once upon a time of quality doesn't have 9 points after 23 matches.
I will add on that COVID probably didn't help because they couldn't bring in players. They lost so much money.
7 years ago, they were in the Champions League or something like that. But beginning of January they won one game, then they didn't win another. Until was it late last year or early this year they finally won a game?
Well, Liam, you do have a kind of a point as well. I mean, last season they finished 12th. The year before that, 14th.
They
finished second 1 year, but ever since then it's been going down significantly.
Yeah. When they were in the Champions League, they were relying on Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, who was already in his 30s. Who was the next player coming through them?
Sorry, 27-18 season, they finished second. The next season, they finished 14th. So something...
to draw dramatic
sorry, I just want to make my point.
Look at Celtic. Yeah.
So that second place finish, they had Tedesco as manager, who he was a defensive manager, but it's all good being a defensive manager if you're scoring goals. They stopped scoring goals, and they weren't as good defensively the next season. And it just kept unspiraling as the season went on.
Actually,
and they haven't found a fix to that problem. Players keep on leaving for free. That's bad on them for losing high-value players for no money.
Not to draw dramatic comparison, but look at Celtic. I mean, so we went 4 years, winning trebles. We relied on the same players today as we did then, and then clearly it's all fallen apart in dramatic fashion. It happens over time, Yes, Schalke finished second and they were great, but you had to have that next player coming through. Otherwise, when that player at the top's gone, well, now we're falling because there's no one below him kind of thing.
You got to build. You can't just keep relying on the same thing over and over and over again and hope it works. Eventually, it's not.
Let's talk about a big match.
I was just going to say, I do kind of feel bad for laughing because, the supporters are crying inside.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't realize it was the whole sporting staff that was sacked whole.
Yeah.
It's football. Let's talk about the Leipzig versus Gladbach game because this was a huge, huge result. It was 2-0 Borussia Mönchengladbach up until Leipzig woke up and said, hey, we want to win this game and remain in the title race. They come back to win 3-2. I believe it was the 92nd minute they won it. Absolute scenes. It means nothing, though, because Bayern Munich went 5-1 over Cologne. Mr. Lewandowski.
Expected. I think what happened in the Bundesliga this week was that everyone that was expected to win won, almost.
Oh, I wouldn't think
except for Leverkusen.
Oh, what? Lucas has something to say.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, you know how Liam has been saying Jadon Sancho's overrated, or he thinks English people overrate
you take
them?
Words. Yeah, English media overhypes their young talent, i.e. Jadon Sancho was at the top of that list. But yes, continue with your point.
I disagree with that point specifically, because the media seem to have thrown him under the bus constantly in the beginning of the season when he wasn't performing to the best of his abilities during a time when Dortmund weren't performing well either. But if we look at this, 20 years old Jadon Sancho, the youngest player to reach 50 Bundesliga assists.
He's right, he's right. You're dumb up there.
And then there's something else on this here I want to read. Yeah, so someone commented this here. So these are some players who reached 50 assists. De Bruyne, he reached 50 assists when he was 24. Ronaldo, 24. Messi, 23. Suarez, 23. Neymar, 23. Müller, 23. Ozil, 22. Fabregas, 22. Youngest in the Premier League ever. Sancho is doing this at 20 years old, and he's also scoring a bunch of goals. And also Sancho is a guy that should have more assists, because I've seen him play so many times where he makes a great play, and Dortmund don't score it in the past few years.
I 100% agree. He's a great player. I'm not ever taking that away from you or from him. Or he's a fantastic player. I just don't think he's worth the 100 million price tag people are throwing around.
Well, I mean, he will be worth it when he's giving it, through balls to Rashford for United.
What? With you?
Back to this.
Just ignore this man, Lucas.
No, but I think people always talk about Mbappe and Haaland in this one category, but I've always thought Sancho should be in that area too, or should be considered.
Well, yeah, Lucas, I'm kind of the same way with João Felix as well. Why is he not in the conversation?
And then I see people talking about other players better than Sancho, and I'm just so confused how people can neglect Jadon Sancho. What? Because he plays in the Bundesliga? Haaland plays in the Bundesliga too.
And Haaland and Sancho should just be a...
Go ahead.
Haaland!
Sancho and Haaland should just be like a pair, like a combo. You gotta buy both.
Yeah, sure, I'll take both. Okay, sure, I'll give you pretty much
happily. But yes, Bayern Munich do win 5-1. Lewandowski scores 2 goals. That puts Bayern Munich on 52 points, top of the Bundesliga, but only 2 points behind is Leipzig after that victory against Gladbach on 50 points, 23 matches played both. There's a good title race happening in the Bundesliga between those two teams.
And I love
Can Dortmund get into top 4? They're currently 3 points back.
Love the fact that Wolfsburg is just quietly sitting in 3rd right now.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, we're here, guys. We exist still.
And Frankfurt's up in 4th.
Yeah.
Leverkusen's been shocking recently. They're down to 6th now.
Gladbach's been bad. Leverkusen, Europa League as well. It's what happened to them, right? Yeah. They were in that race, and they just fell off the...
I fall apart. Okay, let's go to La Liga. Let's go to La Liga.
There's actually one thing I wanted to mention.
What the fuck do you want to mention?
It was supposed to be from Italy, but this is really random. Supposedly, I was listening to the commentary, he said something funny. Apparently, the Roma captain, he wished Immobile a happy birthday. The Ultras then respond saying, he's not our captain anymore.
Good. Gianluca has spoken.
Yeah, I just found that funny. I wish I mentioned that earlier, sorry, but yeah.
Let's go to La Liga. Let's talk quickly about top of the table Atletico Madrid. They win 2-0 over Villarreal. Good result there for them. And then we look at both Barcelona and Real Madrid. If my computer would ever load. There you go. Thank you. Barcelona get a 2-0 victory over Sevilla. I know Vinny was talking about this in our Twitch chat. He was hyped, as you would be, of course. When does Madrid play? Madrid plays tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
They do. Against Real Sociedad. It's a good game, actually.
Big game. I
remember reading on the One Football app yesterday, when Barcelona won. It's like Barcelona climb up a few points behind Atletico Madrid. And I'm thinking, Atletico Madrid still have a couple games in hand.
Okay. Well, Atletico Madrid are on 58 points, played 24 matches. Barcelona are on 53, played 25. So 1 match in hand. I do think there is still a title race going on between the 3 teams. Of course, Atletico are in the driver's seat, but they have dropped more points in the past week than they have in a lot of their season prior. They had the loss, of course, 2 matches ago and a couple of draws recently. Barcelona have seemed to hit really good form. Real Madrid are on all right form as well.
I think
there's a title race still.
The La Liga sides have been interesting because as well as they've been played in La Liga, it hasn't really translated to the Champions League. I mean, Real Madrid beat Atalanta, but wasn't the cleanest of victories. And Barcelona, I mean, they take on PSG. We'll see how they respond. And Atletico lost to Chelsea, so it's really weird recently.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the quality of La Liga has dropped a little bit, but
this is my question for the people listening on YouTube or whatever. Let us know what your thoughts on La Liga has been this season. We don't get a lot of coverage of it here, obviously, so we can't give our full thoughts. So if you have any thoughts, give it to us, please. We'd love to hear.
That goes with all the leagues, 100%. If you're watching on YouTube or Spotify or anything, let us know what you think about the leagues. Give us your insight. If you're from that country, if you're a fan of that league, talk to us about it. Give us your thoughts about certain teams in there. You can DM us on Instagram or TikTok or hit us up on our Discord. That's a great way to get to know us. Each league has their own division. We could talk about it in there. But yeah, do you want to talk about Champions League really quick?
I just want to quickly mention Liga and just Lyon drew, but PSG won. Lille still have a 2-point lead ahead of PSG in Liga, so things are still very tight there. Monaco is also within that title race too.
Monaco are okay.
Champions
League.
We'll
quickly go over. We had a very, very boring Wednesday in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Real Madrid got that 1-0 victory over Atalanta, and City won 2-0 over Gladbach. City were in complete control the entire 90 minutes. They got a very clean, easy victory. Real Madrid, they were not great. They got a very late winner in their match. Atalanta were unlucky. There was a red card. There was an injury, and it just kind of fell apart for them in that game. Like was said on the Tuesday fixture, Chelsea got a 1-0 victory over Atletico Madrid. Huge result there, huge goal. Olivier Giroud scoring a bicycle kick. I saw your guys' reaction on the live stream with Brendan Dunlop. That was fantastic. And Bayern Munich cruised to a 4-1 Lazio victory. Shut up all you haters saying, I think they're going to struggle here. Lazio are in good form. Bayern are in bad form. Bayern Munich in bad form is still fucking incredible. So don't ever disrespect Die Mein Shaft ever again, okay? Don't do that.
Bayern. And then also the Europa League draw was made. Slavia Praha take on Rangers. Liam, what do you think of this? You think it'll be a good battle?
That's a good battle. I really think it's a good battle.
And then
maybe Leicester. Like, that's a team you can't take on for granted right now.
Olympiacos, you gotta watch out for Abadallah Sima. That guy is more people will be talking about him.
The big match. The big match. United versus Milan. Oh, classic. A European classic in the Europa League, of course.
That's gonna be a great game.
Zlatan's gonna score it back with like a bicycle kick against.
Anyways,
it's gonna be big. It's gonna be a fantastic.
Zlatan comes back to Old Trafford. Bruno's gonna show Italy why he left. He's played Udinese, so.
Spurs got Dinamo Zagreb. That's a tough away game. You never know what could happen there. They said Arsenal with Olympiacos. Of course, Arsenal have bad history against Olympiacos. And Roma versus Shakhtar Donetsk. There's some good games in Europa League.
I mean, it's going to be kind of funny. Granada versus Molde. One of those two sides are going to be in a Europa League quarterfinal.
You'd love to see it. You absolutely love to see it.
Good.
Because a lot of teams just went out. Like, a lot of very good teams went out, and it's crazy to see.
What's next?
Do we have anything for the banter section?
Well,
Banter.
Banter.
Let me check Reddit, usually where we get some random stuff. Liverpool's second goal was their 7,000th in the English top flight. Wow. Second team to reach it.
According to Antonio Cassiano, don't know who that is, but he gave his thoughts on Cristiano Ronaldo. He said, Juventus signed him to win... Cassano, yes. Antonio Cassano. Thank you. Sorry. I misread his name. I'm so sorry. Okay. Juventus signed him to win the Champions League, but they've done worse with him than they've done before. They also won they also did not win the Serie A. Okay. They also won the Serie A title without him. I think he's been a failure. That's a bit harsh. I think Cristiano Ronaldo's been the best player for the time he's been there.
Well, I got something here. More about expected goals. I'm not really a guy that delves into a lot of expected goals, but it seems like in this podcast I'm talking about it every week. But just to quickly explain, expected goals is just a stat that's like bases a chance out of 1. So like a good scoring chance has a expected goals of close to 1. Things like that. Usually expected goals, you get more than 1 in a game or something like that. in the match in the Turkish league between Antalyaspor versus Başakşehir, the expected goals of this match was 0.02 to 0.05. So I'm sure people really enjoyed that.
They didn't expect any goals.
So I'm assuming it was a 0-0?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds like a bad game. Talk about Chelsea Manchester United be a bad game. Don't watch that game because
what do you do for 90 minutes during that? Like, do the players just not attack?
Pass the ball around to the back, or it's just they're really good defensively. It's
one thing coming out of Germany.
You know how people hate on Willian as big flop for Arsenal?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's had 5 Premier League assists this season. Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic combined have had 4.
Yeah, but it's about the impact of Willian and like the wages he's on, and he doesn't really bring much to the Arsenal team when you watch him play.
No, you're bringing numbers in the conversation. I bring numbers in the conversation. Well, at me here, Lucas, with impact.
Stats.
Statman Lucas.
No, you can. It's fine. You can do stats. It's fine. It's just as long as the players actually does perform in matches. But in a lot of the matches Willian plays, it's not good.
It's Willian.
It's more like
I was gonna say real quick.
Look at El Nino. He's massive. The man's big.
I was gonna say Lucas. For Bundesliga, Sebastian Kell will apparently succeed Michael Zorc as BVB's sporting director in summer 2022.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're recently you're looking for a woman in your life, right? You can have Dele Alli's ex-girlfriend. She broke up with him because he plays too much Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm okay, man. I'm good.
Wait, so how does a professional footballer play too much Fortnite where your girlfriend breaks up with you? How much Fortnite
I don't know,
does this guy
because women
play?
expect sometimes a bit.
A little bit.
I don't know. Maybe that's not what she's looking for. Maybe, you know?
Lucas.
Yeah.
I have an unpopular opinion, if you want me to do it here.
Sure, I haven't really posted the other ones yet, so yes, you can.
Are you going to, though? Like, should I do it? I can do it.
Yeah,
give me your unpopular opinion, Greggy.
I don't
give
think
it to
we
me,
spoke
Greggy.
about this.
Hold on, Greggy's giving an unpopular opinion.
Okay, well, just to give the context for this, because last week on the TikTok questions, we got asked what our unpopular opinions were. We posted Liam's on TikTok already. Most of us don't agree with that at all. But
That's okay. It's unpopular for a
Woz
reason.
says that there's no top 5 league is a farmers league. I said that I think Hazard could have done more in his career. Matt said that top Premier League sides are massively overrated. And Liam said that mid-table La Liga clubs would struggle staying in the Premier League.
Yes, sir. Greggy, hit me with it.
It may not be a fully unpopular opinion to everyone, but Championship football is better than Premier League football.
I think there's a minority that would agree with you.
Yeah, and it's a lot of just there's more games, lots of attacking. Yeah. The title race, it's always you never know who's honestly going to be in the races. Anyone can get relegated, anyone can get promoted. It's fantastic to watch. And I don't even say that as I'm a fan of Fulham, who's a team that's been in the championship lots now, where like usually you do pretty good. I love watching just any other games in the championship, and I hope we get more coverage of it, please.
Yeah, the thing about the championship, we don't get every single match here. I know in England that's the case as well, because in the past they've had most games are like 3 o'clock there, and that's during the time when those 3 o'clock games aren't on TV because they want football fans to go to the grounds. But whenever I catch a championship game, like a lot of the time, it usually ends like 1-0, 0-0. I don't know if I'm just getting the wrong matches.
I think
you're just bad luck, Lucas.
But like it doesn't always like end with high scoring, but just the chances that they create, and that's probably a big reason why they're in the championship. Is they can't score, but they create so many chances, so it's exciting, right? Gets you all hyped up.
Woz, what did you want to talk about?
You didn't give us your thoughts on Neil Lennon's sacking, did you?
Not really. I wasn't on the last one. I talked about it on the live stream a little bit. Basically, I am happy that he's gone. I think it should have happened a few months ago. The team has been kind of stuck in a poor spot. I'm happy Neil Lennon's gone. I know he's a club legend. I know he's brought so much to the club throughout his career there. But unfortunately, this was not working out, and he had to go. Now we'll see who can come in, who we're going to be able to attract. I think it's a huge job the next 3, maybe 4 seasons to rebuild, to get the right players in the right places. I know there's talks about Eddie Howe coming in, Roberto Martinez, Steve Clark. Ultimately, I'll see who we get in and see if we go for a more attacking manager, more defensive manager. Ultimately, I think whoever it is has a huge job ahead of them for the rebuild, to get rid of the dead weight, to get rid of the old players, and to get in some new young players so we can grow a little bit.
All right.
Where does Steve Clark manage?
Scotland.
Oh, he's a Scotland manager?
Yeah.
So, questions TikTok. I'm starting off with one TikTok. Do this. It's start one, bench one, sell one. Each of us will maybe quickly do this. Henry, Luis Suarez, and Ibrahimovic. I've already got mine in mind.
I've got mine as well.
I'll start Henry, bench Suarez, and sell Ibra.
I'm going to start Henry, bench Ibra, sell Suarez.
Wow. I'm going to start Luis Suarez. I'm going to bench Thierry Henry. I'm going to sell Zlatan.
No respect.
You don't have any fucking respect for Luis Suarez, man. Have you seen this man what he does to Norwich? Have you seen what he does to Norwich?
You forget how long Ibra's been in the game for and what he did at PSG.
But I think
he tore that league apart.
I don't disagree with you, man. But Suarez is such a fantastic goal scorer. But Thierry Henry is brilliant as well.
I had to give it to Thierry Henry.
Lucas, what's your answer here?
I'm
we got
really
3 different
with
answers
this
at the
one
moment.
because all 3 are great players. I'm a huge Thierry Henry fan, especially when I was younger. But I think Suarez is definitely like one of the best goal scorers of this generation.
He really is.
So is Zlatan.
Zlatan is too, but I think Suarez had a better career than Zlatan.
Not numbers-wise.
In my opinion. I think Suarez is a better player than Zlatan.
I want to search numbers per season kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure there's a season where Suarez really could have won the Ballon d'Or. Probably deserved to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Thierry Henry also one season. He broke the assist record while also being a fantastic goal scorer.
Yeah.
It's such a tough thing to put together. For me,
it's a tough one. It really is.
I'm definitely selling Zlatan. I'm sorry, Zlatan, but I'm selling you.
Yeah, that's.
But I think
you have to choose. You have to choose your boy.
I'm so tough, man. It's so tough. I will start Suarez, bench Henry, just because Henry, the one fault in him is that in cup finals he never really showed up enough.
You know what, Lucas?
And
I'd rather take a lion over a vampire. Just saying.
Would you rather take a cheat in Thierry Henry?
Anyways, that's it. Perfect.
He has 147 goals in 191 Barcelona appearances. Pardon me?
It's insane.
Here's the next question from Impatient Pablo. Best players to never play in a World Cup or major international tournament. I think we'll use World Cup because Euros and Copas or whatever. Let's go World Cup because there's a lot of great African players who missed out on these tournaments.
Giggs, George Best.
Yeah.
Di Stefano.
Yeah, that's actually a really good shout.
Di Stefano.
Oh, he did play well.
No,
yeah,
because
actually, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because I think he was injured for one of the World Cups as well, and then another one I think his country didn't qualify or something like that. I don't know for sure, but
I'm gonna say George.
I was gonna go maybe Gareth Bale.
He's been to Euros, but yeah,
the World Cup.
If we're only talking World Cup.
Never been to
Aubameyang's a
World
shout,
Cup.
yeah.
I think you guys made some really good points though.
George Best. I think.
George Best stands out a lot.
Ryan Giggs.
Giggs, yeah.
Giggsy.
Eventually, yeah.
Let me see. Oh, George Weah.
Yeah, there you go.
Ballon d'Or winner. George Weah.
Yeah.
He's never played for World Cup with Liberia.
Pavel Nedved.
He was with 06, I think. Czech Republic were they in that World Cup.
Fair, yeah. Oh, thank you.
Greg, can you look for YouTube?
I don't have my phone.
Liam, can you do that?
I will do it for you because
3 of us don't have our. Well, 2 of us don't have our phone. The other one's on the Instagram.
From Mr. Randy, what would be the best African national team if they have every player who is eligible to play for them, i.e., Lukaku, Wan-Bissaka, all that stuff?
well, let's say if with these players, like, they have the heritage, so if they didn't play for France, so like, I know Mbappe, he's from Cameroon. He has Cameroonian heritage, I believe.
Yeah. I was gonna say Cameroon have a great team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nigeria probably have a good team.
I'm not so sure about Nigeria as much. I think Nigeria has I don't think they have as many players. Oh, maybe actually, because there's a lot of English players that are Nigerian. Yeah.
There's like 4 Nigerian players on Fulham.
Yeah.
Morocco, I would say as well. There's a lot of Dutch players that are Moroccan. That
Africa in general have so much great talent. If the players that could play for them did play for the African nations.
The thing is, though, a lot of these players are actually born in those European countries, though, or grew up in those European countries from a very young age. So, like,
I do hope in my lifetime I get to see an African World Cup winner.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
The Africans, they just need to just improve the setup of football, make it easier for kids to play, or kids or adults to play in a more professional setting, or at least a youth academy setting, because that's one problem.
Speaking of Africa, Anik on Instagram said, "Come to South Africa one day. We will."
Okay, I will.
All right, but let's get through the rest of the YouTube questions, and we'll finish off with Instagram.
First question is from Isaac, of course. Thank you, Isaac. Who's the better center back in your guys' opinion, Maldini or Beckenbauer? I'm going Beckenbauer, more versatile in my opinion. But
I mean,
that's a tough one.
Honest, I've only seen Maldini play for near the end of his career, and obviously I've never seen Beckenbauer play.
Yeah.
So it's hard to judge.
But I mean, they're definitely the best center backs in their generation.
Too familiar with in terms of like.
It's so hard to like. It's hard. How I see it is like for us who've never seen. It's hard to judge defenders play when you don't see them in attackers. Attackers, you can actually see the skill and everything they do, but defenders, you don't get the praise.
I will go with Beckenbauer just to the fact he revolutionized the position almost, and he really brought some different meaning to it.
But Maldini also did as well in his own way. I mean, every great defender, every great player has brought something to the game that transitions to future generations.
Yeah, and like Maldini was also was a great center back, but he was also probably the best left back of all time.
Yeah, that's true. So.
Yeah.
So it's a thing. Like, do you go with the guy that revolutionized it, or do you go with a guy who probably revolutionized in his own way, but was still
one of the best,
untouchable in his position?
I'll go with Beckenbauer just to his impact. I guess.
I'll go with Maldini.
I'm going Maldini,
but that's because I've never seen.
I would probably lean more to Maldini, but yeah, it's because we've actually seen Paolo Maldini play.
Beckenbauer
also,
played Cam
club
once.
Club legend for AC Milan.
Next question from Karim. Are Manchester City finally real contenders for the Champions League?
They've always been
real contenders for a long time.
They've always been contenders. They just choke.
I think this could be the real season where they break through and make it to the final. At least I think the same question was around PSG last year. They did it.
Well,
so I think it's going to be Manchester City's
season. They should have beaten Lyon in the quarterfinals, and
they really should have.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They should have beaten Liverpool that quarterfinal one year. They didn't. They should have beaten Spurs in that quarterfinal one year. VAR kind of stopped them, but they didn't. Still,
I gotta say they're going in with such fantastic form from the league, from other cups, the European competitions, of course.
I choose one of 3 teams to win it this season: Bayern Munich, PSG, Manchester City. Those 3 teams. I think miles ahead of the rest of Europe. I think.
I see a lot of things about Manchester City Bayern Munich Champions League final. If that is the case, I would also take a PSG versus Man City, because that would be just
not
on
El
paper
Clasico.
At least a lot of attacking. El Clasico would be great, Lucas.
No.
Mbappe. Oh, let's do it.
What if from Rainship, Ronaldo stayed at United? I would say there's a high chance I think he would have left right after Ferguson. But I also believe that with his pulling power and who he is as a person, he would have brought more players to United, and they would have won another title.
This could go under the unpopular opinions. If Ronaldo had stuck around United, he would not have been the superstar he was today.
I agree.
Being at the biggest club on earth versus Messi in the same league, it fueled both of them to become even better, and it fueled both of them to become even bigger superstars.
Well, maybe not like how you're saying it. I'm saying it more, he'd probably become like a more different player than what he is. Like, he's still like a fan. Like, he's the GOAT. He is. Like, he's Cristiano Ronaldo. But if he stayed there forever, like Real Madrid... Real Madrid made him,
in the
too.
same league of Lionel Messi, that rivalry, the two huge clubs going head-to-head for a decade, I think that made both of them become a level that we've almost never seen before in two players at the same time.
Well, he would definitely still be probably the best Premier League player during that era. He'd still probably help United win a few Premier League titles. Maybe United wouldn't have lost that Premier League title with Aguero. But then again, I don't.
You never know.
I think if that was the case, I think people wouldn't be talking about Cristiano Ronaldo as much compared to now, because he markets him at Real Madrid. He marketed himself so well.
Yes, 100%. That's what I'm saying. More of like a global superstar way. Madrid was a great move, but you never know. Him at United could have been massive. You could think of the names that could have gone to United. It would have been huge.
Yeah, it could have went the other way around though. With what I'm saying, it could have been like, but maybe this would put Manchester United on the map even further. But then again,
maybe Manchester United
change how Man United is
Champions League winners.
Like, had Gareth Bale come to United.
Manchester United could have won all those Champions Leagues.
Next question from Edvin. Most stupid red card. I can't think off the top of my head. Can you?
Cristiano Ronaldo's one recently. The one where he tapped the guy in the head or something, patted him on the head and got a red card for it. Another one pops to mind real quick.
This is technically not a red card.
Stevie G's red card, 20 seconds into coming on in the second half.
I think that's gotta be it, man. When he stamped on Fellaini and they got sent off as soon as he got subbed on.
So funny.
Yeah.
This is technically not a red card, but when Arsene Wenger kicked a water bottle and got sent to the stands.
He's standing there going like, what?
Okay, I think that's good. And last question from Instagram: what team, in your opinion, will do surprisingly well in the Euros? I'm gonna go with Ukraine. I think they might show up. It might surprise people.
I think we had an answer for this a few months ago. Let's see if my opinion changed.
I don't think Scotland. I really don't. But hey, you never know, man.
Well, the groups are official now, right? So
Scotty McTee could have a blinder of a tournament.
Maybe Turkey.
Ukraine's a good shout.
I could see Turkey doing something.
Turkey. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Turkey. Burak.
Quite an interesting group. They've got Italy, Wales, and Switzerland. So yeah.
I mean, Turkey's
what about Wales themselves?
Not as much.
Gareth
Bale.
Bale's in form.
Ramsey, Robbie
Not
Matando.
the same player.
Don't forget Dan James.
Daniel. Daniel. Back again.
I'll say Turkey or. I don't want this to happen because they're in Poland's group, but I think Sweden could also do something as well.
Kulishevsky,
yeah. Kulishevsky, Isaac.
There's also
they've got Michael Lustig at right back still. Yeah, PC Constable Lustig.
Sorry, what? They went to the quarters of the World Cup. I was going to say, it's kind of weird not seeing Ireland in the Euros.
I mean, they kind of bottled it, to be honest.
Yeah. They took a break.
Yeah, we got Scotland instead.
They're waiting for the pubs to be open again. Once the pubs are reopened, Ireland will get back to their best. Okay.
They don't want to
talk about this
because
Euro 2020. They're gonna have a meeting this week. I think it could be in England.
Yes,
could be hosted in England instead of internationally.
Perfect.
Yeah, basically what's happening is due to COVID, of course. They're saying, do we want it to be a full year tournament like it's originally planned, or do we want to change it to a one country tournament? If it is one country, it will be England.
Do England and do that idea maybe 2030 or whatever, 2028.
The next tournament, yeah.
No, the next tournament 2024 is in Germany.
Yeah, but I'm saying the next scheduled tournament,
Yeah.
I would love to have a full European tournament. That'd be really cool. All I care about really is fans. I want some fans in the stadium. I don't care if it's half capacity. I don't care if it's quarter capacity. I want some fans in Wembley when Scotland go on to beat England. That's all I want.
But that would mean no Hampton Park, Liam.
It's okay. I'll take Wembley. I just want to beat
No Poland at the Aviva.
Poland at the Aviva. There you go.
I'm just happy it's happening. After not having it last.
I'm just concerned, how
not there.
Will international fans be allowed to the stadium, or?
Lucas, there's a lot of questions still. I mean, there's still a couple months before we get to the summer. Who really knows? There's a
But I
lot
think we
that
should
could
wrap
change.
the podcast up there. I think
Yeah.
we've covered a lot.
We've covered a lot. We've been a really good week of football. Honestly, like we've said throughout this podcast, just check us out on social media, whether it's on TikTok, on Instagram, join the Discord server, or follow us on Twitch. Twitch is where we're doing a lot of streams. We're doing watch-alongs, doing other games. We're doing some pro clubs on there, FIFA content as well. But check us out on social media. Links are down in the description. Once again, thanks to the guys over at Manscaped for sponsoring the 90th minute. Of course, the Lawnmower 3.0 and the Refined Cologne. All that good stuff. Check us out over on manscaped.com. Use code 90th for 20% off and free shipping. But from the four of us here and Maddie, wherever he is, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. This has been yet another week in the beautiful game, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.